Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we will be taking a look at this week's Black Friday discount being the Khanjali. We can see my tank sitting right in front of me. I have not even upgraded it yet. I've literally had it sitting in my facility for probably the past year and a half. I don't even remember why I bought it. I think I did a challenge a couple months ago where I had like $500 million. And I wanted to see how fast I could spend 100 million of it, and I managed to spend it in like a minute and 30 seconds. And the Khanjali was just one of those vehicles that I hadn't purchased yet, so I was like, yep, I'm gonna buy it. This week, you can get your hands on this tank for 50% of the normal price. This vehicle retails without the trade price at 4 million buckaroonies. But obviously, with a half-off discount, you can get it for 2 million. That's still fairly expensive, but let's be real, you can complete the Cayo Perico heist and the Dr. Dre agency within about 2 to 3 hours, and you'll already have enough money to pick up the Khanjali. Especially if you have the trade price, it's only going to be about 1.5 mil. It's just a fairly inexpensive price tag for what you're getting. So, in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the upgrades that it has going for it, as I haven't upgraded mine yet. I'm going to showcase its capabilities, and yeah, we're just going to have some fun with it. So I've done the armor. Let's obviously do the brakes. We can do some engine upgrades, although I'm doubting that does actually too much. Proximity mines are obviously really good. You always want to get your hands on those. We got some lights. We're going to do some xenon lights, and we can even change the livery. Now, obviously, the livery designs aren't going to be anything too special. They're just going to be your basic liveries, but I actually think they look pretty cool, especially like the conveyor ones. These are all the special liveries down here. We got the candy cane. It's a wrap. I actually really like Deck the Halls. That looks so good on this vehicle. Ooh, the orange shade camo looks nice as well. There's just so many liveries that are special. We got the Dala Dala. Alright, we are going to put on, I think Deck the Halls looks so good on this vehicle. And then under respray, we can change it. I'm thinking we're going to do a matte white. That kind of makes it stand out. I don't really, oh, no, I see. The chrome puts it on the side. Interesting. Alright, so we can either do ice white or maybe we can do like a green. Ooh, that red looks kind of cool. We're going to do an ice white in the center and then a red on the sides. I actually think this looks absolutely epic. Okay, what else do we have? We got a turret color. That changes the turret basket and everything. Let's make it ice white. I think that'll match pretty well. Okay, not too bad. We got some primary weapons. We can have the standard tank cannon or the railgun cannon. Now, just for any of you out there right now that want to save a quick buck, the cannons deal the exact same damage. The only difference between the railgun and the tank cannon is the fact that the railgun, after charging, can shoot about 20% further. But all the other things are exactly the same, so just keep that in your mind, the rate of fire and damage. We've got remote grenade launchers. Once again, another warning, these are only able to be used by a passenger. So, if you're not going to be playing with anybody else, this is possibly just a waste of $300,000. So, you could save $600,000 if you're not going to worry about these two things. I'm obviously going to put them on because I have the money to waste, but not everybody has to. Let's start off with the base stats about the Khanjali, like its maneuverability and top speed. The Khanjali is, well, not very fast. At the end of the day, it's a tank. It can reach an entire top speed of 42 miles per hour, which means that even the slowest of cars are still quite easily going to strip you. But, obviously, this armored vehicle isn't all about speed. It has an insane amount of torque, and as we can see, I am easily climbing up these super steep slopes, which, honestly, not a lot of vehicles would be able to do. So, yeah, I actually think the tank is really good at off-roading. It's surprising. You would not expect the Khanjali to be able to go up these super steep cliffs. In fact, the Rhino can't do this. But yeah, the Khanjali, no problem whatsoever. It's got so much torque and so much grip that we are just, I mean, no problem whatsoever climbing our way up top Mount Chiliad. We can see that, yeah, there are certain areas where you might lose a bit of grip here and there, but I mean, once you start catching grip again, it's super easy to climb in the Khanjali. So overall, maneuverability, grip, all that area, I would rate this a solid 9 out of 10. While it doesn't have speed, it's got everything else you'd want going for it, which actually makes it pretty dangerous. I mean, look at the literal slope we just climbed up. That is actually insane. There's not a lot of vehicles that I can say that'll easily be able to get up this, and yeah, I mean, we've literally made it to the top of Mount Chiliad, basically, This is the easy part. So, yeah, in terms of maneuverability, I would say the Khanjali is actually quite impressive. In front of me, we have an Avenger. This is a very heavily armored aircraft. We are going to pull out our homing launcher and see how many rockets it takes to blow up the Avenger. There's 1, 2... Alright, we got 3. Okay, so 3 rockets while I'm not inside of the Avenger. Now, we're going to get over to our Khanjali, which we can see parked in the distance. I got my golf cart to get over there. And you're going to see that if my calculations are correct, the Khanjali should blow up this full HP Avenger in 1 shot. Now, obviously, when you're inside of the Avenger, it can survive more explosions. But still, it took 3 homing rockets to blow up the Avenger. It takes 1 tank round to blow up the Avenger. We can very easily see how this is super devastating. Oh my god, I did not mean to do that. But the math works out pretty close. 1 tank round is equivalent to about 4 homing rockets, which is actually ridiculous. I mean, you can shoot at some of the most armored vehicles in the game, something like, let's say, an Amani Tech vehicle, and it'll take you about 2 tank rounds to blow up a full health Amani Tech car. It'll take you about 3 tank rounds to blow up an insurgent or anything in that area. It is pretty ridiculous how dangerous the tank cannon is. The other form of weaponry the tank has is proximity mines. You can place these all over the road, and they will work just like any other proximity mine. A car drives near them, or anybody's trying to chase you from behind, you can just spam these. Just keep placing them over and over and over. You can place up to 5, and then they will start to disappear. But the fact that you can just absolutely spam these proximity mines is kinda crazy. Something else you will notice about the tank cannon is once you charge it, it actually is pretty good distance. You can hit people a couple 100 meters away. This seems to be about the max distance right around here, but still, that is a pretty far shot, and because you basically instantly shoot where you're looking, it means that you can actually hit planes and things out of the sky pretty easily. But at the end of the day, the tank still has some major downsides. It can only survive 8 homing rockets, which is pretty disappointing to be completely real. I've never understood that, like why the Insurgent Pickup Custom and all these other lightly armored vehicles are able to survive upwards of 10 to 27 missiles, yet the tank, which should be the most armored vehicle in the game, especially a modern tank like the Khanjali, can only survive like 10 at max and 8 on average. Pretty disappointing, not going to lie. The other big problem is that you have no gun elevation. This is the max I can aim up with the tank cannon. That is, yeah, really, really bad. Essentially, if anybody is in a jet and knows how to do a strafing run, they're going to go straight down and they're going to nuke me with an explosive MG before I can literally do anything about it. Because I'm so slow, I'm basically screwed. You'll have a better chance literally hopping out of your tank and then going over to the inventory and pulling out something like a railgun and aiming up than you will using your tank cannon to shoot an Oppressor Mark II or literally any flying vehicle. Unless you get really lucky and they fly directly in front of you, chances are you're going to die. So the tank is definitely strong, but it has a lot of downsides that definitely gatekeep it from being amazing. Now, my favorite part about, obviously, the tank is this. You can easily push vehicles out of your way, no problem whatsoever. They don't even slow you down. And even better than that, you can drive over vehicles. If we get a small car to drive in front of us, well, you know, we can probably just drive over a parked car here. But I always think it's so fun to just drive over vehicles, and we can see me doing it right here. Unlike the Rhino, you won't actually blow up cars. You will severely deform them. But as we can see, the cars that you drive over do not blow up. This is a massive dub, for one very simple reason, and that is the fact the Rhino will literally kill itself by driving over cars. See, the major downside with the Rhino is when you drive over a vehicle, it doesn't let you drive over the vehicle. It just blows it up. And as we can see, my tank is already smoking. That is not good. The more vehicles you drive over in the Rhino, the more your vehicle's going to get damaged, causing it to, well, yeah, not have the most enjoyable experience ever. Because of that, I can 100% say that the Khanjali is a flat better tank than the Rhino. Not only does the cannon allow you to shoot further, but it also has more armor. It's basically the same speed. So in terms of mobility, it's not really going to matter too much. But climbing, torque, all of that, way better for the Khanjali. And the fact that obviously you can drop proximity mines, you can store it in a personal garage. The thing that I've always really liked about the Khanjali is you can spawn it in right through your facility. We can see select vehicle for delivery, TM-02 Khanjali. That's really nice, because you don't have to go to your interaction menu and scroll through all your vehicles to find which one it is, like this. It's just literally a personal vehicle. It counts like a normal car. You can store it in your garage, but it has to be the facility, so that is one thing you should keep in mind. But overall, I think the Khanjali is a very good deal this week. The fact that you can get a tank with this much firepower for about $2 million is a steal, and plus, it's just fun to mess around with. I guarantee there's a lot of people out there that, while will probably agree the Khanjali isn't the most effective vehicle, is still just really fun to absolutely cause mayhem on the streets, because, like, who doesn't want to drive a tank? It's always one of the most fun things to do in GTA. So hopefully, as always, you all enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinion on the Khanjali. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.